I really like this show. I'm just gonna say, it makes me think musically a lot. What just happened? I stopped focusing, and then was it in 3 there? What? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. How did it just transition? Hello and welcome. My name is Nick Flip. I'm a composer and a vocalist, and we're going to be checking out Natasha, Pierre, and the Great Comet of 1812, part number 6. Now, this one's going along. I mean, we are on part number 6, and the main plot is that we have our main character being unfaithful, and our secondary character, which we've only really seen a little bit, hates his life and his wife, but actually kind of loves his wife, but hates his life because his wife hates him. Yeah, it's a kind of an interesting show. The plot is very, I would say, thin in terms of scope because of how, like some shows, the plot is the world's going to die. A high school is going to blow up. A plot is the American dream is dead because the British. And this one is a couple of people are going to have bad marriages, and maybe one person isn't going to be alive after because of how he hates his life. That's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. You tell me. But it's interesting because the show actually pulls you into their sort of their affairs, literally. And it's interesting to be so invested in their characters. So right now I'm actually invested in Natasha kind of getting what she deserves a little bit. And I'm interested in Pierre kind of fixing his life. That's my 2 investments right now. But what's the Great Comet? I don't know. What's that supposed to mean? We're going to find out. But if you've been enjoying this React series so far, I hope you hit the sub button so you can come back for the next React. And we have a couple more parts. And if you're interested, the rest of this React is already on the Patreon if you are only on YouTube. And if you are on the Patreon, thank you so much for supporting my content, and I appreciate you a ton. All right, let's get into it. We're going to be watching The Hunchback of Notre Dame tomorrow, I think. So those should be coming up on the YouTubes as well and the Patreon. But thank you all so much for being here, and let's get to part number 6. This is the intro back into it. I might skip it. In 1920, it was that 18. What? Which one was that? Century, so 1800s. That's really interesting, actually. You know, it's funny because I'm going to compare Hamilton just for a second. So what they just said was a different narrative way of explaining something that Hamilton did really well, but directly. So Hamilton would write like letters in front of the audience, like, "Dear Eliza, today, you know, I feel like this," and blah, blah, blah. And then through that reading of the letter, you felt the undertones of what they were feeling, which was, I'm not doing the best thing. I'm being unfaithful, blah, blah, blah. And you felt that, but I'm putting it in writing so I feel better. But the difference is that in this show, they are explaining right to it. They, instead of doing this, and which explained that, they actually just went right to that. They didn't even have the letter in front of you. They just said, we're writing letters and to communicate the happy thoughts in our mind, because to do that makes us feel better, as opposed to writing the letter in front of you. It's just a different way narratively to communicate the idea. So I find that to be really interesting and direct. And, you know, I like that. That's different from you having to sort of read between the lines a different way, because this is we're right back into the show right now from the intermission. It's like some kind of clarity with the letters not inside. Dear Andre, dear old friend, how goes the war? They gave and now they're actually doing the letters, but they gave you the premise of that this is what the letter is. They're kind of helping you a little bit. Do we march on the thread splendidly? Oh, do our cannons crack and cry? Oh, they're in communication. Bullets to whistle and sing. Pierre's the one talking to Andre. I was wondering what the connection was. I wish I were there with death at my heels.
recovery. You will be alright, good man. And Natasha is in town. You're right to be so full of life and mischief. I should visit. I hear she is more beautiful than ever. I envy you and your happiness. Here at home I drink and read and drink and read and drink. But I think I finally found it, what my heart is needed.
He's so good.
I've been studying the Kabbalah and I've calculated.
That's that high A we were talking about.
Of the beast. It is Napoleon, 603 score and 6, and I will kill him one day.
Jeez.
No great man, none of us are great men, but caught in the way of history, nothing matters. Everything matters, it's all the same. Oh, if only I could not see it, this dreadful, terrible it. In 19th century Russia, we write letters.
The refrain.
We put down in writing what is happening in our minds.
Unison, too. I hate you.
What more can I write after all that has happened?
Yeah.
But I do
Don't even write anything.
I love him and the other one too. Must I break it off? These terrible questions. I see nothing but the candle in the mirror. No visions of the future. So lost and alone. And what of Princess Mary, dear Natasha? I'm in deep despair at the misunderstanding there is between us. Whatever my thoughts
This is a
feelings might be,
really interesting
I beg
one,
you to
two,
believe
one,
that
two.
I
The
can
whole song.
help loving
just
you.
pushing forward.
He's a tired
like
old
time
man
moves on.
before makeup. Please come see us again, dear Princess Mary. Oh, what am I to write? How do I choose? How I know I shall never be happy again.
These terrible questions.
I'm so alone here, so alone.
I just want to stop for a second. It just the song is just pressing forward, where the other songs have always like shifted genres and shifted feelings. This one is just pushing forward, as if like nothing is changing for these characters. They're just communicating things that are happening, and that's it. It's really interesting to me that this is the plot of the show. I expected something different when I read The Great Comet of 1812. Like, there's gonna be some sort of fantasy thing that happens. There's gonna be a great thing that happens, flying through the air, and it was gonna be something different. But I'm invested in this. I don't know who I'm invested for more. I kind of want to see Natasha get what she deserves, but I also want to see Pierre do something. Because Pierre has been talking about doing something since the beginning of the show. And you know that it might not be the greatest thing because if something happened, you would be like, okay, he gave the warning signs, right? He gave the warning signs since the beginning of the show that something bad was going to happen. That would be called foreshadowing. And for her, she's not been very great. She kind of foreshadowed that at the beginning as well. So I can see where the director wants us to go mentally with the story, and I'm not sure it's going to end up there, which would be interesting. But it's not the craziest plot that the Great Comet, kind of painted in my mind. So what do you think about that? Is that mean? I don't know. I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm not trying to. That's not even a negative thing. It's sort of an observation. Ooh, 3-part harmony. Dude, the key change just right back into that motif again. You can't get away with that in a lot of shows. Most people would call that a mistake if you just switched keys that directly. But the fact that this person is so incredible There's no way that you could ever characterize that as a mistake, that they just completely shifted keys and it felt unnatural. But for this composer, you have to say they do it on purpose and they want that feeling, and they're doing that on purpose to paint some sort of affect and feeling. Right? Yeah, that just hurts me as a composer, because whoa, whoa, whoa. You would end here. This would be C sharp minor. But in 19th century, this would be like a. That would be something. I guess this would be like this, but the other one was. Whoa. There's only one note that's shared with this key, and it's E. Let's see if they use that as a pivot. In 19th century Russia. That would be the one note that is shared between those two keys. So let's see if they use that as a pivot. I'll outline it so you hear it. You can use notes. You can if there's something that can tie two keys together, you kind of need to use that so it sounds together. This one doesn't sound together, so let's see if they even outline it. This would help outline this. So for instance, and then if I just switch to this, see, that kind of worked. C sharp minor, and then those two keys don't mesh well, but that one note, let's see if they use it. That's really cool, by the way, that they did that. I forgot to outline it. Here's the note. Yeah. That's so cool. That's so cool. I like him. Yeah, he's just so straightforward. He's unapologetically himself. He's like, you're writing a love letter to your fiance. Such a jerk.
A letter which I composed.
Who's that? Again, just time moves on. Staying right in here. Kind of reminds me of Hades Town. Definitely. Was that him? Was he going up there? Oh my gosh, what a mix up there. That's crazy high. That's like people like hard rock singers, like even I would say this person, and you're gonna be like, what? Jack Black has a crazy high mix, and it's powerful. It's like, yeah, that like crazy like rock and roll scream. That's really hard to do because it's hard to connect the breath to the lighter voice of a male singer, which is falsetto. It's hard to use a lot of breath into that, and you have to connect it. It's called mixing. You connect it with your chest, your head register, and your falsetto at the same time. You mix the muscles. It's really hard to find that placement. I cannot produce some volume. I've heard some of my students I've taught them to be able to do that, but for me, I have not been able to find that placement. It's really hard to find those muscle groups and connect them so they work together like that. And so for him, he's really good, really good. If any tips for that? I mean, I'm a professional singer, but but that kind of voice is out. I've not been able to do that. That's also high tenor range, super high tenor.
I want nothing more to say yes.
I'm glad he's faithful though so far to her, because I expected him to just be like, oh, I'm done. I got what I wanted. I guess he's still interested in what's going on. Oh, guess to what? Where's your ring? Nice falsetto. Yeah. Beautiful. He's a good singer.
Yes! Yes! I love him. How else can I have his letter in my hand? I read it 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, each and every word. I love him. I love him.
Ooh. What a transition. What a transition. Sorry, can I just say that went from diminish like, or was it a 5 chord actually? 5 chord. So. Just super happy sounding. Like you're on the beach.
How was it I noticed
Ooh.
nothing? How could it go so?
Let me just give you this, and you're gonna be like, ooh, okay. Here's another song that reminds me of. So this would be. You say I'm crazy, but you don't think I know what you've done. But man, call me baby. I know. Could this be a reference to that? That would be crazy. Referencing Sam Smith. It's not actually, but it has the same chord structure. Starting here.
How was it I noticed nothing? How could it go so far? It can't be that she loves him.
Ooh, diminish.
It can't be Natasha, Sonia, Barbara.
I really like the show. I'm just gonna say, it makes me think musically a lot.
At the moment of awakening, I embraced my friend. But
What just happened? I stopped focusing, and then was it in 3 there?
with a tender resolve that often comes at the moment of
What?
awakening,
1, 2,
I
3, 1, 2,
embraced
3,
my
1, 2, 3.
friend. But noticing Sonia's look of embarrassment, my face
How did it-
expressed confusion
Just transition.
and suspicion. Sonia, you read the letter. Yes. Oh, Sonia, I'm glad I can't hide it any longer. Now you know we love one another. Oh, Sonia, he writes, he writes, he writes, he writes, he writes.
This is so classical, it's insane. And now it's not.
Natasha, can that all be over? I'm not grasp the question. Are you confusing Prince Andre? Oh, you won't understand.
So good.
Don't talk nonsense, just listen. But I can't believe it. I don't understand. I love one man. I won't give it up. And
It's crazy.
You've only known him 3 days.
Now it's folk music, accordion.
It seems to me I've loved him 100 years. It seems to me I've never loved anyone before.
Oh, Aria.
Not like this. I have no will. My life is his. I'll do anything he wants me to. What can I do, Sonia? What can I do?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I'm so.
Oh, can I just say, it's going into 3 a lot, and I think I might have found a through line for why it does that just now. I just thought about it the last time because I'm starting to wonder why he's changing so much. There has to be a reason why. Okay, let's just explore this together for a second. Give me a second. I think there's a reason why he's doing this. And I'm pretty sure the reason is the content of what the character is conveying maybe has something to do with the genre. And the genre is a different concept being conveyed. Does that make sense? So like, for instance, lying. The last time we heard 3, or maybe accusatory, I'm not sure. Negative intent. We've heard 3 a couple of times now. Just come out of nowhere and then leave. And the last time it happened for her specifically was when she was referring to, "Did you take my letter?" But what did she say along with the letter? Sorry, I'm being investigative right now. Pulling back to the epic stuff.
Natasha, it can't be that she loves
This is
him.
4,
It can't
2,
be.
3, 4.
Natasha,
2, 3,
so
4. Alrighty? So that would.
Now you know we love one another. Oh, Sonia, he writes, he writes, he writes, he writes, he writes. I know.
So that's in 3. And how does that? You tell me. I'm gonna let you figure this out because I don't know. And I'm actually just really curious. Maybe they have some composers tell their secrets and some don't. So maybe they already have told their secrets. But let's go back to where we just were, which is also randomly in 3, just for like 4 measure or 8 measures.
You're joking. It seems to me I've loved him 100 years.
2,
It
3.
seems to me I've never loved anyone before.
Ready?
Not like this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have no
1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
will. My life is his. I'll do anything he wants me to. What can I do? Sonia, what
2,
can
3,
I do?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I'm so happy. I'm so frightened.
It's hard to hear the strength of the beat, but I'm pretty sure that was in 3. It's hard to hear it just because it's kind of muffled by the audio quality.
You understand? I love him, and I won't let it come to that. I shall
Yeah, it's in 3.
tell him. Bursting into tears.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2.
What do you mean, for God's sake? If you tell you are my enemy, you want me to be miserable.
New
You
thing.
want to tear us apart. For God's sake, Sonia, don't tell anyone. Don't torture
Like
me.
another new concept. There's so much to keep track of.
What has he said to you? Why doesn't he come to the house?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
For your hand. Why this secrecy? Have you thought what his secret reasons may be? I don't know what the reasons are about them.
The reason why I'm saying, I'm just gonna be quick here. The reason why I'm saying this is because I can't even imagine as a composer why you would just jump in between time signatures and genres so much. Like for me, just hearing that, I'm like blown away. Like why? Why? To show off would be the first thing I thought of was like, he's so good, he's just showing off. But my deeper like thought was, and this is usually the case, is there's a reason like in the show, and there's something thematically going on. And so that's where I'm like really interested now, because now I think I've finally caught on to that. There's got to be something. And now my treasure, like my escape room tendencies are like, there's writing on the wall. What does that writing mean? I'm going to remember that later. And then it just never comes up again. But maybe there is actually something underneath going on that I'm missing. And maybe you're missing, or maybe everyone's missing. I don't know. How cool would that be though? That's what like good music does, is it stirs your brain and it doesn't go away. It's like it could be 2 years from now. You're going to be like, oh, you know what it could mean? And that's a good feeling. I'm going to leave it alone for now, but just food for thought.
Does he love me? Why, you've read his letter, you've seen him. I can't.
There's usually a reason for everything.
Natasha, think of our family and think of Prince
Or accordion doubling.
But you haven't refused him, or have you? Perhaps I have. Perhaps all is over between me and Bukowski.
I hear what's going on in the story, by the way, if you think I'm not.
I won't succumb to tender tone.
Same thing as before.
I don't trust him. Natasha, I'm afraid for you.
We're in 2 now.
Afraid you are going to your ruin. Then I'll go to my ruin. Yes, I will as soon as possible. But it's not your business, it won't be you. Knowing you will suffer. Leave me alone. Yes, leave me alone. I hate
Leave me alone.
you, Sonia. I hate you, Sonia. I hate you. I hate you. You're my enemy forever. My worst
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Back to 3. Crazy.
And without a moment's reflection, I wrote the letter to Princess Mary. I've been unable to write all morning.
Oh, I like that.
All misunderstandings
Both lovers,
are
both hands.
Forget everything and forgive me. But I can't be Andre's wife.
Nice low notes. Wife. Oof. Okay, I hope that was stirred you a little bit, because it stirred me for sure. I'm like, I want to research, like, part of me, I love like Dark Souls, and like, I don't want to research anything about the game until I beat it. Once I beat the game, I'm like Googling like crazy, like, what's this all about? So for this, I think after this show is over, I'm going to start Googling. But if you want to tell me in the comments what you think, I think that would put me in your boat so we can both figure it out together. Maybe you already know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's going to be the episode for this one. Very interesting episode. My brain has been stirred. I will try to avoid it just so I can keep reacting to the content of the story. Because I get super into this stuff, man. I get super into stuff. I won't sleep at night. I'll be thinking about it. My eyes will be wide open, laying in bed, cold pillow, and everything. Just like, but it could. He went into 3 when she said sad. Is it when she's sad? So I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys found that interesting. Maybe not. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. I thank you for watching all the way to the end. And until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Check out the Patreon if you're interested in supporting me further. And if you're really interested, you should check out my musical, Gilgamesh, the musical. It's on the Patreon and the Discord. Join the Discord. Bye. That's it. And a huge thank you to all of my patrons. All of you make this possible. I appreciate all the support.
The flip, the flop, the flippity flip, the flipsy T, Flippinator. You got the flip on the left, you got the flip on the right. That's a flip, man. The flip, the flop, the flippity flip, the flipsy T, Flippinator. You got the flip on the left, you got the flip on the right. That's a flip, man. The flip, the